Alright, what is going on, guys? It's been a while yet again, but I'm here, and I've been playing a lot of Halo Infinite multiplayer and a lot of other games, like San Andreas, the remaster. I've been doing a lot. Today, I wanted to finally just go ahead and give my thoughts and opinions on Halo Infinite multiplayer. I'm pretty sure I already did a video on this, but I wanted to go ahead and do an updated version because this is the beta version, along with, like, pretty much it has all the day one content that is coming to the game, that was supposed to come to the game on December 8th. But yeah, I'm gonna start pretty simple and say that this is probably the best multiplayer we've gotten in quite some time. It's probably the most fresh feeling. It feels a lot like Halo 5, but it also feels a lot like just traditional Halo. The movement is awesome. The fact that people are still figuring out things you can do to traverse maps and stuff, just things that you can take advantage of to get to certain high ground or get a better advantage of something, is just really cool, and people are still figuring it out, and it's just really awesome to look at and like see that people are figuring things out. And it's always cool about that. Like, it's always stuff like that is always cool when you see a game release. I've been seeing like a lot of little clips on it, but yeah, the movement is fantastic. The gunplay is phenomenal. It's insanely satisfying to just reburst somebody with a battle rifle, or just hit every shot with a commando, or like hit your shots with something like the rocket launcher, or just in general, all the guns feel insanely satisfying. And the energy sword, I would say, probably feels the most satisfying. It just, when that hits, like, it just feels good to hit somebody with that. The gravity hammer, not so much. It's a bit frustrating to use the gravity hammer sometimes, but the energy sword is probably the most satisfying, especially when you combine it with the grapple shot, and you're able to grapple shot somebody and land that and close that gap really quickly. Like, it's incredible. The weapon balance itself, I would say, needs a little bit of work. I think the commando needs a slight buff. The sidekick pistol feels pretty good. The BR, I think, is still the best gun in the game. The Covenant rifle, I can't remember what it's called, but it's the Covenant weapon, to where it's like a 3-round burst, and it tracks people if you have them like aimed, like the cursor changes color. So I think that is the gun itself that needs the biggest buff. That and the Hydra. I think the Hydra's good, but I don't think it's on par with, say, things like that grenade launcher, like Banish weapon. That thing is incredible. Like, it's really interesting to use, but like whenever you master it, it's pretty satisfying. So yeah, I just think the Covenant carbine, whatever it's called, needs to be buffed big time, along with maybe the Hydra. I don't know about the Hydra. That one's a bit of an iffy situation. I feel like if you buff it, it's going to become too powerful, but if you nerf it, it's going to be useless. It's one of those guns that's like, how can we balance this? So yeah, all the weapons, again, they feel nice. And the maps are interesting. So there's not many maps in this game, and I'm a little disappointed. I can understand it, because to me, I feel like the biggest focus on Halo Infinite was a campaign, because how disappointing Halo 5's campaign is. People are trying, like, I can see that 343 is trying their best to right the wrongs with Halo Infinite's campaign, and that's going to be releasing December 8th. But from what I've been seeing that other people have been posting, like the non-spoiler footage, it looks really fun. I'm really just excited to dive in Halo Infinite's campaign. Admittedly, I haven't really been playing the multiplayer as much as I would like to, because I've been currently playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the remaster, which I do like, by the way, and I might actually do a review on that. But yeah, no, whenever you look at Halo Infinite's multiplayer, you see not very many maps. There's a good amount of maps for BTB and the 4v4 mode, or I guess just arena, I guess they call it in this one. But I think it's still a good amount to hold people over until I think the campaign launches, and then once the campaign launches, people are going to be on that for a little bit. Maybe some pro players are still going to be in multiplayer. I just hope people take a break from multiplayer, play the campaign, get the campaign over with, because it looks like 343 really worked hard on making Halo Infinite's campaign as best as it can be. I just hope the story's good, and from what people have been saying, the story so far, from what they've seen, it has been really good. So I'm looking forward to it. But anyways, back to multiplayer. The maps, I believe Aquarius and Deadlock might be my favorite maps currently. Deadlock is a BTB map, Aquarius is an arena map. The one thing I love about the arena maps and just all the maps in general and how symmetrical they are, and it's like they're pretty much mirrored kind of maps. Like one spawn isn't different from the other for the most part. I think one of them is different, like one of the arena maps at least. And I believe most of the other BTB maps are not very symmetrical. They're still very like just the typical kind of map you see nowadays. Aquarius, I think, has to be my favorite. I just love the look of it, and I just love the amount of things you can do. Recharge is a good map. I think Bazaar is still my least favorite, but I think also maybe Launch Site might be my least favorite now, because that map is huge. It's hard to find people on a 4v4 setting. Behemoth, I think it's pretty easy to find people because they have a lot of things that help you close gaps in that map. That's the one thing I think Launch Site lacks, and that's the ability to close gaps between fights. People say they don't like Behemoth, but personally, I don't like Launch Site out of the two big maps that we have for the arena mode. So, yeah, all the other maps are good. Like the new ones that we've seen, I like a lot. The other ones, obviously, we've seen in the fight, they're still the same, and they're still pretty good. Like Live Fire, it's still growing on me, but I think I like it a lot more than I did in the fight. But Bazaar, it's hard for me to like still. But yeah. Aquarius takes my heart, and so does Deadlock. Deadlock is just really fun. Anyways, that's it with the maps. The customization, okay, I want to get this out of the way, and that is the microtransaction system and the customization and stuff like that. As of right now, the microtransaction system is very ugly. It's not very consumer friendly. There's a bunch of things on that list that are like, you pay 20 bucks and you get a pose. Like, that's not good. It seems pretty egregious right now, but the thing is, why it's not bothering me too much, it's that it's all cosmetic, but that's also going to lead me into the customization. 343 promised that this is going to be the most customizable experience that we had. Obviously, it's still the launch of the game. There's not, like, obviously, you know, they build up over time, but right now, we only have a few armor cores and very little coatings, and if you want any more coatings, you have to go pay for them. That's the problem I'm having. The Battle Pass, I think, is really cool. It's the Heroes of Reach, so you can get every Reach character and play as them in the multiplayer. Like, I'm really excited to get maybe either Jorge, or I would probably say, I can't remember their names right now. I just remember Jorge. I might try to play as him, that, or Cat. Everybody likes Cat. You can't... She's sassy, but she's still a good character nonetheless, and she kind of goes in a very sad way in Halo Reach. So it's cool to see that they're bringing the Reach guys in first before anything else. I hope they do a Halo CE themed, like Halo Combat Evolved themed Battle Pass next, or like next season or whatever. But right now, I think the customization is in a pretty iffy spot. I think the customization is there, but we're just not to that point to where there's a lot of options yet. Like that free event that we got with the samurai armor, that's really cool. We did get a samurai armor that we can put on our guy. And anyways, so far I really like this game. There's definitely some things they need to work out, like ranked. I did not have fun with ranked. I only had like one good game, and that's about it. Some connection issues and like server bugs that I think need to be ironed out. But for the most part, even just for a beta, like this is about like 2 weeks before launch that I'm recording this. It's in a really good state, and I think the game is really satisfying. And it's still, the only reason why I'm still playing it is because the gameplay is fun. My biggest flaw right now that I hope they address soon is progression, because you don't have any progression. You only have progress through the battle pass. That's it. I hope they do something about that to where they can add actual levels. Obviously, they won't be able to do it at launch, most likely, but I hope they at least add it into a future season or something like that. I'm excited for Forge. The future of this game is looking bright, I'm sure, but obviously there's just a lack of content currently in terms of like modes and maps, and I think that's going to be remedied in the future. I just hope they do it fairly quickly, at least to a healthy rate, to where the work, like, they're not overworking themselves, but also us getting pretty much what, like, it's a free-to-play multiplayer at the end of the day, so you can't really be too disappointed because, again, it's free. But the campaign is what I'm most excited for. I feel like I'll grind multiplayer after I play the campaign, but this video is probably going on pretty long. Sure is. About 12 minutes in. Anyways, hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Make sure to subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. And let me know if you've been playing Halo Infinite's multiplayer. Have you been playing it on the Series X? Have you been playing on PC? I've played it on both, and they both feel great. Also, one quick tip. Set your dead zone. If you're a controller player like me, set your dead zones to 505 on, I think, look and move. I think move, you can do 505 or 555, because those dead zones for me have ultimately completely fixed my controller problems. And I don't originally take those. Those aren't my words. I would say, yeah, Formal is actually the one who gave that like settings update, and people were like praising it, and then I tried it out and now I'm praising it. So dead zones 505 and 555, or you can just do both 505. So anyways, hope you guys do enjoy. I love you all. Have an absolutely fantastic day.
Perfect.
Hope this gives us an edge.
You're the real deal, Spartan.
Thrusters acquired.
Ammo reserves depleting.
Spectacular. Victory.